What is up, Calien-Knights? Welcome back to a Raikuzin Games video. In today's episode, we will be checking out Vapor Dreamlands, more specifically level 90 hard. I know a lot of people have been struggling with this level, so I thought I'd make a video on it just to see how I do it. It is one way, not the only way. I know there's heaps of ways to do it, so maybe this will give you some insight as to how I approach it. And if you have your own way that works really well, leave that in the comments below so that other people can see and help the community out. So with that, let's dive into it. Okay, Vapor Dreamlands, level 90 hard. Let's quickly go through the opponent's skills. This is your boss here, Fallen Angel, right? What makes this boss tricky is his S3 passive, which basically reads, no debuffs can be placed on Fallen Angel. This includes Amnesia debuff, which is the one that blocks passive, because that is a debuff, right? So you can't put dots, attack debuffs, slows, etc, etc. And he's super tanky, and he hits very hard. His S2 is also annoying. So the fight can actually be broken down into two parts for Fallen Angel. The first part is when he's above 50% HP. So when he uses this skill, when he's above 50% HP, he gets an energy boost instead. And if he's below 50% HP, he gets a 20% heal, which prolongs the fight because he's the boss and he's got so much HP, it's ridiculous. His S1 is pretty annoying as well. It has a chance to silence the target, and that's annoying because if you look at his elemental type, he's gonna target your lawful units. And most of the time you're going to bring something like a Celine or a Holy Cleric as your healer. And if they get silenced, they can't heal, right? And they can't do their job if they can't heal. So that's why that makes Fallen Angel a little bit tricky to face. In addition to that, in the final wave, he's got two druids with him. So the strategy is we're going to take care of them first. But before the boss stage, there's these vampires and druids combo, right? So Vampire does an AoE attack. It hits pretty hard because it is 90 hard, so all their stats are boosted. And it has a chance to silence plus put Amnesia on all your units. So things like Demonic Swordsmen become less effective if their passive doesn't proc. And silence really, deters your, like I was saying, like your healers and S2 and S3 skills. So that's very not ideal to be silenced. Your druid comes with the remove negative status effects and immunity debuff. This is super annoying because if you don't manage to lock one of these down and they use an S3, that means they're just gonna remove all the dots that you've been laying down this whole game and all the stuns that you've been putting on the entire team. That means they've opened up the floodgates for you to just get smashed. Plus the immunity for one turn means you're just open to be smashed. So that's what makes this level a little bit tricky, right? Medusa is just too good. It's just too good. So this S3 right here, right? It petrifies everyone plus reduces their energy by 50%. That's just ridiculously good. That's like the epitome of crowd control right here. In addition to that, she's what lays down the damage in the earlier stages with a bunch of dots. S1 and S2 puts dots. Demonic Swordsman is what we're going to use to cycle through our turns. So the more turns we get compared to the opponent, the more chances at stunning him that we get, because we get to attack more. Our cooldowns get reduced more, which means heals come back quicker and things like that. So I've chosen to go plus 116, so 220 speed. And my S3 is maxed, but I've done this without a max S3 and it still worked quite well. He also brings a defense break to make the waves a little bit quicker and a stun for the waves as well. Another pivotal unit is Centaur. So like I was saying earlier, right? Fallen Angel is going to attack your lawful unit, which is probably going to be a healer or a dragoon. There are times when that unit dies because Fallen Angel just smashes him, right? But Sensor keeps him alive with this skill. When an ally takes a fatal strike, there's a chance to prevent them from dying. If you max skill this, you must max skill this, or else you're just gambling for this team to work anyways. If you max skill this, your lawful unit won't die. Unless Centaur is below, I think it was 30% HP. Yeah, it is. That last part there, the skill may not trigger when own HP is less than 30%. So the idea is keep Centaur's HP above 30% so that he can protect whatever your lawful healer is. My lawful healer is going to be Selene. If you don't have a Selene, you can use Holy Cleric. They basically do the same thing. Last but not least, you need something that's going to deal damage to the boss. So because he's a boss, he's going to have super high HP, super high defense. You need something that does damage that scales with his HP, or something that ignores defense and hits hard, yeah? So what comes to mind is Archmage. He's got this skill called Mana Blade. It basically does a lot of damage compared to, you know, the opponent's HP. So that's great. He also brings a CC and an innate Berserk proc to take extra turns. Pretty good. If you don't have one, you can also use Spider Queen, which ignores defense instead of scaling with enemies' HP. And the other one is Lich King. He's got a skill that scales with enemies' HP. And if you don't have any of this stuff, you can always use that the Goblin that also does damage with enemies' HP. So this fight can be pretty much split into two halves, right? This is still the first half because his HP is still above 50%. Once his HP reaches below 50%, then that's the second half. Okay, so this is the part 2 of this fight. His S2 is active, and you'll see it just he's just gonna start healing himself. Super annoying. And it's gonna be this like back and forth tug of war. But I think we're doing okay. Come on, ignore defense. Oofed. Oh, it hurts. Alright, so now it's on 2 turn cooldown. And now we're just going to try to do as much damage as we can. This is when like every point of damage just counts. Speed buff. We close, guys. I think that's it. GG. GG. This is it. Just get out of here. Bye, Felicia. Alright, so that's the LD scroll right there. Cool, guys. And that's how you do 90 hard. Alright guys, thanks for watching. As usual, if you haven't subscribed, hit that button. And if you like the video, hit that like button. And let me know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, peace.